Imagine being trapped beneath tons of rubble, with no water, no food, and no way to call for help. 17 days. That's nearly 3 weeks of silence, darkness, and desperation. This is the story of a woman who survived such a nightmare, buried alive after a sudden collapse, her fate unknown to the outside world. What turned the tide in her favor was not a planned rescue, but a chance signal caught by those who had no idea they were listening. It happened in a remote mountainous region, where a construction accident led to a massive landslide. The woman, a local engineer overseeing the site, was caught in the chaos. The ground gave way beneath her feet, and she was swallowed by the wreckage, trapped in a small void under concrete and earth. First responders arrived swiftly, but were unable to penetrate the debris. Time was critical, but no sign of life emerged. How long can a person last without water? Most medical experts agree that 3 days is the typical limit before severe dehydration sets in. Yet, this woman survived more than 5 times that. Think about it. A single day without water feels unbearable. Your body quickly loses the ability to regulate temperature. Your organs begin to shut down. Imagine stretching that agony across 17 days in total darkness and pain. What kept her alive? The answer lies partly in human physiology and partly in sheer willpower. Her body slowed its metabolism, conserving every drop of moisture. She found a small pocket of air and curled into it, minimizing movement to reduce water loss. Her mind clung to memories of her family and the hope of rescue, a mental anchor in a sea of despair. But survival against such odds demands more than endurance. It requires a break in the silence. And here is where fortune played its hand. Days into the ordeal, a faint tapping sound escaped her hiding place. It was not intentional, just the reflex of a desperate spirit. But it reached the ears of a nearby search team equipped with sensitive listening devices. Could you remain calm if you heard a faint, random sound while searching through tons of rubble? This faint tap was a lifeline, a spark that reignited the entire rescue operation. Without that tiny signal, the woman might have remained lost forever, another victim swallowed by the earth. From that moment, rescuers worked around the clock. They employed advanced seismic sensors and carefully shifted debris, guided by the irregular tapping. Each hour was a battle against time. Every minute, a test of patience and precision. The woman's condition deteriorated, but the hope of rescue grew stronger. Once freed, she was rushed to the hospital. Doctors were astonished. 17 days without water is almost unheard of. Her body showed the expected signs of severe dehydration and muscle loss, but her vital organs remained intact. Medical teams credit her survival to a combination of low physical activity during entrapment and an unusual ability to retain fluids. This case has since been studied extensively by survival experts. It challenges previous assumptions about the limits of human endurance. Usually, dehydration leads to irreversible damage within a week. Here, the combination of environmental factors, cool underground temperature, limited movement, slowed the process dramatically. What lessons arise from this harrowing story? First, never underestimate the power of hope and mental strength. Survival is as much a mental game as a physical one. Second, the importance of advanced search equipment cannot be overstated. Without the sensitive listening devices, that faint accidental signal would have been missed. Third, quick and coordinated rescue efforts can mean the difference between life and death, even in the most hopeless situations. Have you ever wondered how the body can adapt when deprived of water for so long? This woman's experience shows us that under extreme stress, the human body can enter a protective state, slowing down its functions to preserve life. But such endurance is rare and unpredictable. Her story also raises questions about the future of rescue operations in disaster zones. Could more sensitive detection tools save more lives? Are there ways to train survivors in trapped situations to leave signals, even faint ones, that rescuers could pick up? These questions remain open, but the hope is that technology and training will advance hand in hand. In the end, the woman's survival was a combination of luck, biology, and human determination. It reminds us how fragile life can be, and yet how powerful the will to live is when faced with impossible odds. Every day I uncover true survival facts, stories that warn you, and stories that inspire. Subscribe so you don't miss the next investigation, and leave a comment. It helps this channel survive. Stay curious. See you tomorrow.